Hi guys. First I'd just like to thank you for taking the time to let me come to speak to you. Many of you may know me as Alyssa's mom, but what you may not know is that I am also a registered nurse as well. Today I'm going to talk with you about illness. You guys know what illness is? Yeah, most of you do. Illness is being sick. Do you guys know what causes illness? Yeah? Illness is caused by germs, and germs can be spread in many different ways. I'm going to paint a picture here for you, okay? It's the week before your cheerleading competitions, and your coach has decided that she wants to have 3 practices this week so that the cheerleading squad is prepared and ready to win. The only problem is you don't feel well, and you're not sure that you're going to be able to make it to any of the practices. Every cheerleader knows that when even one misses a practice or a game, it affects the entire squad. It is hard to prepare for competitions when everybody else knows all the moves and the chants except you. As the mom of a cheerleader, I see how frustrated my own daughter gets when she has to miss a practice or a game. As a nurse who works around sick people every day, I also know how important it is to take simple steps to stay healthy and to stop the spread of germs. Today I'm going to discuss with you some of the simple steps that you guys can take to keep yourselves healthy and to stop spreading germs around the squad. First, we're going to talk about some of the factors that contribute to the spread of germs. There are 2 main factors that contribute to the cheerleading squad getting sick. The first factor is the weather. During the fall season, it is not uncommon for the weather to change suddenly and often. At the start of a game, if you guys have an early morning game, it may be sunny and warm out, but by halftime, it could be cloudy and raining. According to your head coach, Chrissy, the most complaint that she gets from the cheerleaders is that you guys are cold. You guys always want to go sit down, or you always want to go run and find somewhere to try to stay warm because the weather has changed and you guys aren't prepared for it. The second factor that contributes to the illness is you guys being within a large group several times a week. As I mentioned earlier, germs can be spread in many different ways. One of the most common ways for germs to be spread is from one person to another. And with you guys being around each other quite often, you guys are spreading illness back and forth to one another. According to the book Microbiology Principles and Explorations, which discusses germs and bacteria and how these things are spread, it states that germs can live on surfaces for hours and even days. This means that if you guys touch something that somebody else has touched and they've been sick, or you hold somebody else's hand during a cheer, then you guys spread those germs from one person to another. Now that we have discussed the factors that contribute to illness, let us talk about some ways that we can prevent them. One of the fastest ways to get sick is to be exposed to the elements. Since there's not a lot we can do to change the weather, the best thing we can do is to be prepared for it. If you guys know that you're scheduled for an early morning game, wear your warm-up outfit underneath your cheerleading skirt. As the weather warms up or as the day goes on, if it gets warmer, you can always take your warm-up off. Another important thing is to always bring your rain poncho. I know several times we've been at games and it has started to rain, and half the cheerleaders don't have their rain ponchos, so they can't stay in the rain, so they have to go and find shelter until the rain stops. And always, a parent or the coach can hold your warm-up outfit or your rain poncho if you don't need it, but at least it will be there in case you do. And second, even though we cannot change being in a large group several times a week, and I know many of you don't want to change that, I know you enjoy being around each other, there are several steps you can take to stop spreading illness from one person to another. If you are sick, and even though I know how much you guys hate missing a practice or a game, please stay at home. By coming to cheerleading practice or a game sick, you're putting the other members of the squad at risk. It is better for one person to miss a game or practice than it is to come and get the rest of the squad sick and the entire squad miss a practice or a game. According to the CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control, the most important thing that you can do to remain healthy is to wash your hands. The CDC is a website that is ran by a group of doctors, nurses, and other healthcare professionals that, and their job is to make sure that everyone stays as healthy as possible. They do this by providing us information on how to stay healthy. Right now I'm going to give you guys a quick demonstration on how to properly wash your hands. Okay, what you need is you need some warm water, you need soap, and you need friction for 15 seconds. Okay? Now, do you guys know how to make sure it's 15 seconds? What's a good way to do that? What? Sing or hum happy birthday to yourself for 15 seconds. That will ensure that you're killing all the germs that are on your hands. Okay? Alright. There you go. And then you're going to dry your hands off. Good job. Okay. In closing, I want you to remember that there are several things you can do to stay healthy. Remember, it is always best to prepare for all types of weather. Bring your warm-ups, bring your rain ponchos, and be ready. Second, if you are sick, please remember to stay home. Okay? That way you do not spread your sickness to the other members of the squad. And most important, please remember to properly wash your hands. You can never wash your hands too much, and it is very important that you guys remember this. I know how much the squad means to each and every one of you, and I have watched all of you work very hard all year long. I am sure you guys will do great at competition, and by staying healthy and making sure each cheerleader is at every game and practice, you guys are ensuring that you will be the best squad possible. Thanks for your time, guys. You guys have any questions?
No.
Okay. Thanks.